Hi guys, and welcome back to this week's vlog. Now today's vlog is an exciting day because yesterday we had the vet out to let us know that I can start to get on Mittens and do 10 to 15 minutes of ridden work, but just lead her up and down the hills just for the time being. Obviously eventually, all being well, we'll obviously work up to being able to ride the whole block going up and down hill, but first we need to make sure that she's able to be ridden for like 10-15 minutes on mainly flat. So today is the day that I get on her for the very first time in, I have not ridden her in 5 years. 2019 was the last time I rode her because she went out on loan in 2020 and come back last year. So I haven't ridden her in like 5 years. And she hasn't been ridden for, well, over 2 years since basically her accident. So it's been a little while. So today is the day. I'm going to find out how she is. Obviously, if she feels really uncomfortable, then I will get off her straight away. Obviously, she's not going to find it easy to start off with because she has got no muscle. I've been leading her out for about 4 weeks now in hand, and I've definitely noticed difference with her, which is a good thing going up and down the hills and that. But obviously, having a rider on her, it's because she hasn't had it for such a long time. We just need to build up with it. So yeah, it's exciting. So I've got her. Obviously, I've got her here. I've got to give her a brush. I can't put the saddle on. I don't know if you guys can see. So I've got to give her a brush. We've gone and got her saddle. I mentioned that she's going to be riding in a treeless for the time being, because she's going to be changing shape a lot. Basically the saddle will be just perfect for that because it has no tree, so we don't have to worry about her changing shape. It's literally just foam and it cannot hurt her whatsoever. It's a bit like, you know, like a jump saddle or dressage saddle, the close contact ones, monoflap, sorry, where you have like the short girths. You basically have to have a short girth with this saddle as well. And it is so ugly, guys. Like, I hate looking at it. It is very comfortable though. But obviously if it means that she's not going to be in any discomfort, then that's the main thing. And eventually we will get her a saddle. Dan's GP saddle used to be hers, and then the saddle fitter managed to fit it to him, so we're going to see if we can get the GP fitted to her again, but we're not going to worry about that until we've got her a bit fitter and I'm doing a bit more and once she's changed shape. So yeah, so I've got that, I've got my stirrups, got my numner, yeah, I've got everything basically. It's in the car. But first of all, I'm going to give her a brush, and then yeah, we'll start to tack her up and I'll get on her, and I'm very, very excited. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get on her in here, just so she has the feel of me on her, and then I've got to get off her and walk her up the hill, and then once I get on the flat bit, then I will get on her and walk for like 10 to 15 minutes providing she's all okay, and then I'll have to get off her and walk her back up and down the hills basically. So yeah, let's get her brushed.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall, so why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all, but why didn't you call? Something in the air, always something in the air. Inexplicable.
Mittens is clean now. She's been out in the field and had a good old roll. So I've also got my tack here as well. So this is my lovely treeless saddle, guys, that I have been talking about. So it's literally so soft, it's so comfortable. I know it's not the prettiest, but it's going to be fine to go up the road. And yes, this is what I mean. We have like the short girth, which is very, very similar to a monoflap saddle, jump or dressage. So yeah, so this is the saddle. We've had it for years. Mittens has been ridden in it before, so we know it's absolutely fine for her. Our saddle fitter recommended it for us. I've got one girth here. This girth's actually Dan's that he had for his jump saddle, and I've got this girth here which we've had for years. It needs a bit of a clean. We actually bought this girth when we got the saddle. So Mittens did used to get ridden in this girth, but I've brought a slightly longer one just in case. And then wearing a numna, which is actually Dan's. I've got the bridle here. Basically we've had to get her a new bridle because she snapped her one. So yes, she has to wear a flash. She's always had to wear a flash because she sticks her tongue over the bit and then locks her mouth. So she has to wear a flash, and her bit, I've showed you guys before, it is a bomber bit. Again, it stops her from putting her tongue over the bit because that's something she's really bad at doing. Obviously the chain will come off. I've just had that on to walk her in hand. And then I've just got my stirrup leathers, which has obviously come off of Dan's saddle, and then I've got my stirrups there that I need to attach. So yeah, I've got everything. I've also got a pair of brushing boots to put on her, and overreach boots that I've got to put on as well. But yeah, I'm going to start to get her tacked up now. So guys, we're trying on the girth that used to fit Mittens, so it's going to be very interesting to see if we're actually going to get it up. If I'm honest, I don't think we will. But I might be wrong. Don't fit! Right, we're trying Dan's girth. This is the only other option, so let's hope. now we have one tacked up pony. She ended up wearing Dan's girth. And then yeah, this is our saddle. She's just got on a weather beater numner. I've had it for years. It was one of the first numners I got for Dan. And it's got like the meshy bit through the spine, so the sweat, not like she shouldn't sweat. She's got her breaking boots and overreach boots on. I thought I had the back boots, but I didn't, so I'll make sure I have the back boots for next time. She's got her bridle on. She looks like a donkey right now. So now I need to put my long riding boots on, put my high vis and hat on, and then we will be ready to get on her. And I need to make sure that Dan is all okay as well when I leave him. I'm literally getting on her, so she's had a bit of weight, and Dan's getting jealous now, guys. I do feel really guilty, and I also want to get some photos of our first ride together. Come on then, Dopey. I'm not even worried about her doing anything silly, guys, because she isn't going to, even though she hasn't been ridden for 2 years. I just know. Absolutely fine. I mean, I might be wrong, it could be entertaining, but she isn't the type to... Her only thing she does is she stamps the ground like that. That's like the most she'll do. Right, are we ready, Mitts? Let's do this, girl. Oh, she looks so enthusiastic.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake.
Okay guys, so I've got on her. We're just currently walking up the hills. I haven't ridden her yet, I've just got on her at the stables because I just wanted her to feel me on her. No, I wasn't expecting her to do anything silly anyway. She's really not the kind. She's more stubborn than anything. She was very good at stopping and then stamping the floor when you asked her to go forward. She isn't the type to do anything crazy even after having all of this time off, so I haven't been concerned about getting on her, but I just wanted to do it when so that I didn't get on her and I expected her to walk straight away. I wanted her to feel me on her, which she was absolutely fine. We've got some photos, but she's such like Dan. As soon as the camera's out, his ears are forward, like he loves having his photos taken. Mittens is like the complete opposite. It's so hard to get her ears forward. I managed to get one only because a dog walker was walking down the hill. But yeah, I find it really hard to get her ears forward. And they just look nicer when the horse's ears are forward. Like I've got lots of photos of her ears back like they are now. It just doesn't look nice. So I've got one photo, but I didn't think I would look tall on her, just because she, what's the word? I literally just had it in my head. Her belly takes up my leg, so I wasn't expecting to look long on her. But when I look back at the photo, like, I expected to look a little bit longer on her than what I actually am, which makes me happy. So yeah, so I'm walking up this hill, and then I'm going to walk down the other hill, just because this is such a steep hill. So's even the one going down. And then I'm going to walk, basically I'm going to walk half of the block, because it's mainly hill. And then at a certain point halfway, I'm going to get on her. Come on, I'm going to get on her. Yeah, so I'm going to basically lead her until the flattest part. So we're doing the ride that I normally walk her, so she's used to doing this route. And when I get on her, there's like a slight tiny incline, and yeah, the vet said like I can go down little hills to start off with, but not as steep as these for her first time, sort of thing. So yeah, and also my mum's gonna come out. I can't get on from the floor. I mean, I can if I put my mind to it, but it takes a couple of attempts. But also I don't want to get on her from the floor, because it won't do her any good. I don't particularly like getting on horses from the floor, because it doesn't do them the best for their back, and I'm not the most flexible. So my mum's going to come up and get the step, and I'm going to get on her with the step, and then when I've done the flat bit, we then come back down this hill, so I'll get off her and lead her down this hill basically. And we've got to do it like this for 3 weeks, and then the vet will check her to see if I can ride her a bit longer. So it's a really slow process, but I'd rather it this way basically. And yeah, it was really weird actually getting on her, because I've been wanting this for such a long time, and I never thought I'd have the opportunity to sit behind her ears, let alone go for a little ride, even if it's not for very long. So it's actually quite a special day today, especially when we were told that, you know, I'll probably never, well, she'll never be ridden again. So it's amazing we've got to this stage, to be honest, and the fact I've got on her has just made my day. And it's just very small baby steps that we're doing at the minute, but it's going to be so worth it in the end, fingers crossed. I'll try and get my mum to get some videos as well of us, and yeah, so I'm just battling up this steep hill. So yeah, but I'm not going to talk too much, but I'll see you once I get on her.
When I think about the way we used to be, when I think about the things you took from me, I know that I am so much better. When I look at what I've done, now that we're apart, when I look at what I've won, I've come so far. I know I'm so much better off, and baby, you don't belong. I could feel it in my bones. There was something going on, that shade of doubt hanging around.
Guys, someone's a bit excited to be ridden. Oh, this is so exciting. He's got proper pony steps, especially because I've been used to riding a 16-hand horse who proper walks out. So although she is walking out, but she just feels so small as striding. Probably wouldn't have been so bad from Dan, because obviously he's that bit smaller than a 16-hand horse. Good girl. Well guys, I didn't expect her to come out like this, to be honest. I was expecting her to be very slow, but she seems to be loving it. And she's walking out. She's a lot more forward than what I can remember. Good girl. She's a clever girl. By the way guys, that's my mum behind me. Good girl. She's much better at the mountain block this time as well. Good girl. Good girl. No snacking and hacking. We don't abide that. Good girl, Mittens. What a good girl. Are you liking it? So I promise, guys, she does put her ears forward. Good girl.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for. Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche. We're on the run, this is what we waited for. Oh, take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out, down with my own doubts. Be free with me. Be free. Be free with me. Be free.
Okay guys, so it's a couple days later. I keep forgetting to finish off the vlog. Sat with Dan now. We're just having our little morning routine where he stands in the yard again and just eats the hay to get him out of the stable. But I'm absolutely buzzing with Mittens. She was such a good girl. We got to the halfway point where I said, and then I got on her, and when I got on her she was like keen and she was like jig jogging, and I was like, no, you can't trot, we're not at that stage yet, you've got to walk. Anyway, got her to walk and she was like proper walking out. Like I didn't imagine her, especially because obviously she hasn't been ridden in so long, I didn't imagine her to walk out as well as she did. So yeah, really happy with her. Her ears was forward and she was just absolutely loving life. She was such a good girl. We did have a little performance when I was leading her in hand up the hill. It was actually not long after I was speaking to you guys. Sorry, and it's moving. But basically, so there was these two cyclists that come up behind us, and she could obviously hear this noise and I was aware of it. So I like stopped because she is normally fine with cyclists. Like when I've been leading her out the last couple of times, we've met a few cyclists that's come up behind her and in front of her, and she hasn't been a problem with it. I just like stroke her and things because she is a little bit funny with tractors and stuff like that. Well, she was the last time when we had her. But obviously she's been out on loan since and done hacking and things, so I haven't actually met a tractor with her since she's come home. But yeah, she's always been fine with cyclists when I've been with her, and we've passed them and things, so I wasn't worried about them. But obviously having something come up behind her, she was a bit like, oh, what's that? So I just like turned her around so that she could see the cyclists, and the cyclists, they were really good. They stopped, they got off their bikes, and they were like, oh, is she young? And I was like, no, she's 18, like she's normally fine with them. And I was just stroking her, telling her she was a good girl and things, and they stopped and they stroked her as well. And I cannot fault the cyclists whatsoever. They done everything right. And then they was like walking up past, and Mittens, she literally just went flat out down this hill, and I was running like the Flintstones. I was going so fast. She was trotting and cantering down this hill, and I was like, oh my god, I literally could not hold her, because she's not a strong pony when on her, only when she puts the tongue over the bit and locks her neck, and she'll just go with you. But she only actually does that in the sand school. She's never done it out hacking with me, but in the school she always used to put her tongue over the bit and then would lock her neck, and she would go, and there was nothing you could do about it until she stopped. But she's never ever done that with me out hacking. But she is quite a strong horse on the ground, and if she decides to go with you, she will go with you. Like walking across the field, she's actually been very good recently, but she would have a time where she would just lock her neck and she would just go with you, and there's nothing you can do about it. So we was trotting down this road, well, she was cantering, I was running so fast trying to stop her. I could not stop her whatsoever, and I was worried about skidding myself and falling over, and obviously I don't want her trotting and cantering down this hill. So I was trying my hardest to stop, and I was thinking, if a car comes up now, like this is not going to end well at all. Anyway, she like kind of slowed down, and I was like, good, got her. And then she just went again. Anyway, there was like this little gateway, I managed to like put her into there, and then I managed to stop. We turned around and walked back up the hill. So we had that little performance, and like I said, it was not the cyclist's fault whatsoever. They done everything right, so I have no idea where that come from. But anyway, carried on walking up the hill, and then she was fine. Got to the point of getting on her. She was fine for the rest of the ride. Brought her back. The vet said we want her to come back as if she hasn't gone for a ride. That's what she needs to look like. Well, she did. She was absolutely fine. She did not struggle one bit. We were absolutely over the moon with her. So that's when I was meant to end the vlog, guys, but I completely forgot. So then yesterday I took her back out again, and I'd done the same block with her, which is basically 2 miles, and obviously done the same, walked her up and down the hills. And I got on her, and she was walking out again. Her ears was forward. She was loving life. I did get a couple clips of videos. I'll make sure that's put in. Yeah, she was such a good girl. Was just loving life. Brought her back, and yeah, she's happy as anything. Really pleased with how she's getting on. I'm not riding her today just because I'm actually filming another vlog this afternoon, so stay tuned for that. It'll be after this, but I will mention that in the next vlog. But I will not have enough time this afternoon, so she'll have today off, but I'll ride her tomorrow. I'm going to try and get her out 6 days a week if I can, and just see how she's getting on. And I'm going to be doing what I've been doing with her the last 2 days for a few weeks, and then we'll see how she is, and up it from there, or whatever, providing all well with Mittens. But with the 2 rides that I've done with her, I'm very happy with her. And also when I led her up the hill yesterday, it was a bit further back. There was these 2 cyclists, and there was like this farm track, so I like pulled her in there and like turned around again so she could see them come up, and they were really good. I think they stayed on the bikes, but they went really slow. Like again, they didn't do anything wrong. And I was just stroking her like, good girl, good girl, good girl. They come up beside her, and then she like spun and went to go down this farm lane. So I thought if I put her in the farm lane, at least she's not going on a road, if you know what I mean. But I was quick enough to like, because I wasn't expecting it the first time, because I knew she was always fine with cyclists, whereas I was more aware that she could potentially do the same thing. So when I felt her, I managed to stop her, and then she was absolutely fine. So I don't know why she's having a little moment with the cyclists, but I think when I'm actually eventually on her and we see a cyclist or anything like that, I will obviously have that bit more control because I'm going to be on her. But yeah, really funny about the cyclist. But yeah, so happy with her, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the vlog. I'm buzzing to be on her. I haven't ridden her for 5 years, and I've been itching to get on her, obviously thinking that I would never get on her again. So it's just absolutely amazing that we're at this stage, and it has been a lot of hard work to get her to this stage. But it's been so worth it, and I can't wait to see what she's like in a month or 6 weeks time when she's built up her muscle more and got fitter, and see how she is basically from now on. So I'll keep you guys up to date with her, obviously, and yeah, just over the moon. Never thought I would be ever getting back on her back, so it's just brilliant. So if you guys have enjoyed this vlog, please make sure that you like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also forgot to mention, Mittens forgot how to stand at a mounting block our first ride. I pulled her up to the mountain block. She's normally as good as gold, like she'll just stand there when you get on her, and she just kept walking around it. I was like, what are you doing? You've done this a million times. Like, I know it's been a while, but still, like, you should remember this sort of thing. So then I had to get my smaller mounted block, and I managed to get on her from that. And then obviously I haven't been getting on her from the floor. My mum's been coming out. We've been taking the same step because I'm not very good at getting on from the floor anyway, but also I don't want to put that extra strain on her back. I don't particularly like getting on horses from the floor because it doesn't do them any good, really. But yeah, I was like, what are you doing with the mountain block? But anyway, guys, I'll see you all in the next vlog, and yes, bye bye.